Hello everyone, I am Sunil Kumar, and in this lecture we are going to talk about the times of the processes. Let us talk about the time of the processes. So first time we are going to talk, first time is the arrival time of the process, second completion time of the process, then worst time of the process, then next is turnaround time of the process, waiting time of the process, response time of the process. So what is the meaning of arrival time of the process? So let me explain this. Let us assume in the new state new state means hard disk. Then next state is ready state. So in the new state, let's suppose process is created. So P1 is created and P2 is created. Let's suppose P3 is also created. So long-term scheduler is bringing the process from new state to ready state. At what time process arrived into the ready state? What time means what? Means no, first process, let's suppose when process is created, then immediately process is brought into the ready state. So that time is called as, let us assume that time is called as zero. Means arrival time is 0. Once process is created, then immediately process came into the ready state. After process is created, then immediately process is brought into the ready state. That time is called as arrival time of the process, and that time is represented by 0. Now let's suppose process is created, which is P2, and after 10 second or after 15 second, let's suppose after 15 second that process arrived into the ready state. So that time is going to be 15 seconds. Means arrival time of the P1 is 0, arrival time of the process P2 is 15 seconds. Means after 15 second it came into the ready state. Now let's suppose P3. Now P3, let's suppose it arrived into the ready state after 20 seconds. So let's suppose P3 arrival time is 20 seconds. So what is the meaning? Means when process is arriving into the ready state, that is called as arrival time of the process. So this is what the time when the process is arrived into the ready state is called as the arrival time of the process. Okay. Now next is completion time. What is completion time? The time when the process is completing its execution is called as completion time of the process. So let's suppose, let us assume P1 process is selected. Now P1 process is created into the new state, and that process is brought into the LTS, long-term scheduler, by the long-term scheduler into the ready state. Let me repeat again. P1 process is created into the new state, and that process is brought by the LTS, long-term scheduler, into the ready state. So that process came into the ready state, let us assume. Now that process is selected by the, let us assume, CPU scheduler, and has scheduled onto the CPU. Now let's suppose this is P1 is scheduled onto the CPU. After how much time that process is going to be completed completely? After how much time that process is going to be completed completely? Maybe there are two possibilities. Maybe it will go to exit state directly. It may go to directly, let's suppose it wants to complete only CPU time. After performing CPU time, it will go to directly exit state. So that process is going to be considered as completed. Now there are another possibility. Maybe first it will complete CPU time, then it will complete input output time, then again it will complete CPU time. So there are two possibilities. First it will perform CPU time, then input output time, then CPU time. Let us assume in first case it is performing only CPU time, and after 10 seconds after performing 10 seconds on CPU, this process is completing. Then what is the completion time of process? 10 seconds. In the second case, let me assume, let's suppose after completion of 10 seconds of time, so CPU time is 10 seconds, then it will go to input output state, and it will perform 20 seconds, then it will go to again CPU time. So let us say 2 seconds. So after how much time it will complete, first CPU time, then input output time, then CPU time? So see, it is not going to be 22, because maybe it may have to wait into the ready state or some. So it may have to wait into the ready state, or you can say it may spend some amount of time on input output. So after how much time that process is going to be completed? So that is what the meaning of completion time of the process. Okay, so we'll see this completion time when we'll solve the examples of first FCFS, some algorithms, FCFS, SJF, and priority, or you can say round robin, then we will understand what is the meaning of completion time. Okay, what is the worst time? Worst time means the time required for the process to complete its execution is called as worst time of the process. So means what? Let's suppose worst time is 10 seconds. So this is what the actually worst time of the process means. The time which requires in order to complete the execution is called as worst time of the process. Okay, now let us talk about the turnaround time. What is turnaround time? Let me explain turnaround time of the process. This is very important, and it will help you in order to solve the numericals also. Turnaround time. Turnaround time. Turnaround time. The difference between completion time and arrival time. Completion time and arrival time is called as the turnaround time. Turnaround time equal to completion time minus arrival time of the process is going to be turnaround time of the process. So you can calculate by this formula, turnaround time equal to completion time minus arrival time of the process. Okay, next is waiting time. What is waiting time? Waiting time equal to turnaround time minus worst time of the process. So this is the formula for calculating waiting time, and this is the formula for calculating turnaround time. You have to remember these two formula. Then last is response time. What is response time? The difference between the first response of the process and arrival time of the process is called as response time of the process.